What's poppin', everybody? It's SCAMP, and welcome back to another episode of ScallywagTV. Today, I'm actually going to be doing the Q&A that I've been talking about the past week or so. So let's jump into the questions that you guys left me. Lucy asks, if you could play a concert anywhere in the world, where would it be? It's a hard one to narrow down. I mean, I haven't played any concerts really in the States yet. I mean, they're just literally the neighbors below. Goal would be to play a show in LA. I mean, obviously LA is kind of the epicenter for young aspiring artists, so I think being able to do a show there would be kind of cool. Not Maya asks, what are your 2021 resolutions? A huge goal of mine the past couple years has just been to release music and be at a point where I can release music again. And now that that's happened and it's happening, I have to rethink what some of my goals are. I've been trying to put out there that I've been trying to reach 100K on I Don't Want to Talk on Spotify by January 1st, which we're actually really close. So I'm hoping maybe by tomorrow we'll be like maybe around the 90K mark. Obviously it's not 100K, but to me it's insane that you guys have been able to get it to this point in just under a month. The fact that people are actually listening is kind of insane to me. This might sound so stupid to people. A 2021 resolution for me is to not be so afraid of TikTok. I don't know why. Ever since learning that it's like one of the best places to put your music out there as an artist, it's kind of really been something that's intimidating for me. So it's super new for me. Like, I'm just trying to put stuff out there. I just want to get better at it. I want to not care so much about what I post. So if you want to check me out on TikTok. Sammy LOL asks, how would you describe your music taste? I would describe it as all over the place. I truthfully feel like I listen to everything other than like country. Country fans, don't come after me. Let's just do this right now. Let's go on shuffle on my phone and see what happens. Jaden Smith, The Passion, YG, Too Brazy. Gillette, I don't even know how she says her name. Short man. I'm f***ing dead. Boredom, Tyler the Creator. Saint Pepsi, AT&T. This is like some vaporwave. Duran Duran, Hungry Like the Wolf. Shattered Ring, SZA. The Rolling Stones, Down the Road to Peace. Sitting on Top of the World, Grateful Dead. It's kind of all over the place. I listen to anything that I think works for me. Sophie Melia, I think that's how you say your name. Sophie Melia or Milia. How has 2020 been for you? 2020 for me, personally, has been a year full of ups and downs, 100%. Luckily for me, I have been privileged enough to isolate and be able to quarantine in a place that is safe. I've been able to work in a way that is not surrounded by people, been able to work from home, or if I have to go out for work, it's just by myself. So luckily for me, I have not had to deal with any illnesses this year and illnesses with my family, which I'm very thankful for. I do think that because of isolation, and I think a lot of people have gone through this as well, but I think 2020 was the year that I finally dealt with some emotional baggage that I've been kind of putting on the back burner or just haven't been dealing with the past, however long. I think I've just solidified a lot of who I want to be as a human, as a young man, and how I want to carry myself. I definitely feel like I'm going into 2021 a lot lighter, a lot happier, a lot more free in my mind. I mean, I don't even know if I could say that because I feel like the freeness that was there is now full of stuff that I want to do creatively, but it's a healthy full. It's not full of anxiety and full of remorse or what ifs anymore. I was able to make my debut this year, so for me, the back half of 2020 was a lot more joyful and positive than the front half of 2020. I'm trying to carry that into 2021. If I pronounce any of your names wrong, please correct me. I think that's something really important. I want to be able to say all of your names right, so always correct me if I say your name wrong. Sydney Marklew asks, do you like to travel? I really do love to travel. Touring and doing live shows is my favorite part of being an artist and being able to do what I do. It has been a little bit of a bummer that this year traveling and touring and being able to do that kind of stuff has been on hold, but completely understandably so, as the pandemic is a very serious situation. I would love to travel more. I haven't been to a lot of places in the States. I haven't been to anywhere in South America. I haven't been to a lot of places in Europe. I've never been to Africa. I've only been to Asia because of a school trip, and that was to China. We went to Beijing and Shanghai, and that was one of the craziest trips of my life. I would recommend anybody to travel and experience new things. You just learn so much, and even just appreciate where you come from so much more. And last question here, Ariana Leung asks, do you miss acting? Honestly, I do not. I don't know if that's gonna offend a lot of people or not. I don't personally miss acting. I think there was a lot of pressures that came along with being an actor that weren't for me. Personally, I had to change a lot of how I looked originally when I started acting. A couple years into it, I realized it wasn't really for me. I first started acting in general because I come from the suburbs and don't know anybody in the music industry or have anybody in my family in the music industry. I had an opportunity to kind of put my foot in the door, and I took it. And since we're on this topic a little bit, there were a lot more questions that were asked that I just didn't feel like answering. A lot of these questions had to do with my career's past life, and although I do appreciate you guys supporting me and being with me thus far, I really want you guys to understand that this point in my life wasn't necessarily an easy point in my life. I'm a lot healthier and happier now than I've ever been, and honestly, talking about that point kind of brings me back to an anxious and physically unhealthy state. I don't really respond to a lot of these comments because I'm just trying to move forward. I'm really excited and really looking forward to showing you more of the direction that I'm in. I'm hoping that if I do a Q&A in the future, it'll be more related to stuff maybe that I'm doing now. Again, I really appreciate you guys sticking around. I want to wish you guys a happy new year. I know 2020 hasn't been a great year for many people. I am wishing you better things and more positivity, and in general, I hope things just kind of move forward in 2021. I hope you're able to come back better than ever. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys so much. Like and subscribe for more. Feel free to hit the notification bell. It helps us a lot when you guys watch the stuff right away. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Thank you guys so much. Peace.